Good morning. All right.
Yeah, good morning. Morning. Yeah? By golly, it is. It's 7 a.m. Well, I thought only burglars and coming home Casanovas arrived at this house.
Well, you might fall into one of those categories, but Amy and I are taking off for a few days, so I just kind of came by to drop off some stuff for Minx and pick up some stuff.
Oh, does she know you're going?
Well, of course. I'm not sneaking out. I'm just leaving quietly.
Oh, no, of course not. I just brought a gift for a guy.
Yeah, Mr. Lockridge, you're kind of a persona non grata around here.
Brick, you don't have to remind me of that. I just find it impossible to stay away. And I don't dare let Augusta find out that I'm here. How is she, anyway?
Brave, if you ask me.
She's a very brave woman. Brick, I wanted to thank you for helping out. Julia said you were just wonderful.
Okay, go ahead. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to come down a couple hours before 7. Just to check everything out to make sure it's okay the day before the opening, you know. Yeah. Well, look, I want everything to go as planned. I don't want any hitches, okay?
Hey.
Hold on a minute. Good morning.
Come back to sleep.
In a minute. Yeah, 5. Where were we? Right. Okay, uh-huh. Well, look, I don't care about the delivery time. As long as it's no later than 2 hours before opening time. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye.
I don't believe this. You're doing business and it's not even 8 o'clock.
Well, it's the day before the opening, and I don't know. It's kind of like a dress rehearsal for our wedding.
Are you happy, babe?
Yeah, I'm happy. And I'm excited, too. I'm also terrified that something's going to happen to spoil it for me.
What's the power of positively negative thinking?
I'm just crazy. I'm just, everything's going so well. I'm afraid something terrible's going to happen.
Don't think like that.
Yeah, I really do.
You're not still worried about Marcello, are you?
Partly. A little bit.
Well, quit it.
Well, are you worried about him? You told me you were.
Well, that was last night. Now I got better things to worry about.
Yeah? Like what?
Like why you're so far away. Why aren't you in my arms? Why are we talking? Why aren't we using our time to better advantage?
Yeah, we're much to talk over you.
No, in the mornings, actually. No, baby, I wasn't.
Lionel? Did you kill Channing? You killed Channing, didn't you? 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 Oh, no. How it could have been much else. I want to talk to you.
Well, that's it. No greetings, no morning pleasantries. How are you? Did you sleep well? Just right into making demands.
Don't play games with me, Mason. I want answers, and I want them now.
All right, but like Sybil, I only answer in parables. What is it you'd like to know?
I want to know about blood types. Ever since our little conversation last night, it's all I've been able to think about.
Haunted you, did it?
Yes, and I'm sure that's the real reason why you said it.
I don't believe for a minute Cece would even dream of checking my baby's blood type. How could you even suggest such a thing?
Because I know my father. He doesn't take anything at face value. No, to him, faith and trust are qualities that exist only in romance novels. Besides, even if he didn't doubt you, Gina, if someone were to drop the slightest hint that there'd been improprieties...
And you'd be the one to make sure that he doubted the baby's parenthood, right?
I'm afraid I might, Gina. And I have nothing but contempt for myself because of it.
Well, I don't believe what you told me, Mason. I don't think you're the only one. I think a lot of blood types would be suitable for my baby.
Well, you don't have my knowledge of forensic medicine, or you'd know that if the molecular content of blood is broken down into its component parts, it can be as distinctive as fingerprints.
No, I think you're bluffing.
Why don't you call my bluff and see?
I hate what you're doing to me, Mason.
Oh, goodness, Gina, I'm just trying to help you. I told you last night. You need my blood because it's as close as you can get to Dad's blood type. Well, there's one other option.
What? What is it?
No, I'm almost insulted at how quickly you jump at any alternative to me. No, there's Ted. You see, he has the same rare blood type. You could approach him about being the father of your child, but he's not much more than a child himself. You might do him irreparable harm for his stepmother to be coming on to him, kimono flapping, arms akimbo.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, but I'm your best solution, Gina. I also might father a handsome child, bright, articulate. You could do much worse.
Ever since I've been here, I've been pulled one way and then another, manipulated, used, forced to do things I didn't want to do.
Yes, I know. Sometimes I feel we're all a bunch of marionettes and somebody has gotten all our strings hopelessly tangled. Can't just lie about in a heap, can we? Got to get up and get on with it.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what you can do, Gina, except go along with me.
The worst part of it is I don't have any choice, and you know it. I'm desperate, as usual.
Yes, I know. Well, why don't we take your mind off of it? That must be a terrible way to live. Here. Take a letter.
I beg your pardon.
Yes, and well, you should. I want you to take a letter. You used to be a crackerjack secretary, didn't you? I need a secretary now.
You want me to work for you?
I don't want you to grow old in my employ. I simply want to dictate a couple of letters. Come on, be a sport, Gina.
And then what? You want me to go read them to the people they're addressed to?
No, I want you to take them home and type them, then bring them back here for me to sign, and then you'll mail them. Didn't I teach you anything at secretarial school?
Mason, I think you're out of your mind.
Yes, I know I am. Let me find my notes. Yes, first one goes to Capwell Enterprises. Gentlemen, in regarding Benjamin Gillis versus Capwell Enterprises et al., paragraph, to facilitate our investigation in the aforesaid matter, it will be necessary for us to review all documents in your possession pertaining to the safety inspections of the oil rig on which Mr. Gillis was employed at the time of the accident, paragraph. I trust this request meets with your approval, otherwise I will find myself forced to file suit and commence formal discovery procedures, paragraph. With thanks for your cooperation, I remain very truly yours, etc., etc. Get all that?
Yes, I think so. My shorthand is a little rusty.
Well, why don't we just oil it up a little bit before we tackle the next letter? The coffee's over there behind the bar, and the cups are right next to it. Nice legs. Cream. No sugar.
Glad you're here. I was gonna wake you up.
What are you doing here again, Lionel?
Julia.
I've met her. Can't you stay away?
Julia. Augusta is upstairs, and she's trying to find something. She's having a lot of difficulty. Will you go up and help her?
She usually calls me when she wants me.
Well, you don't know how proud she is, Julia. She hates to admit weakness or that she needs something. You have to anticipate with her needs and wants, you know?
I'm not a registered nurse. I'm her sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, you're all she's got.
I I got a good idea. Why don't you announce your presence and go up there and help
You
her
don't
yourself?
understand. You don't understand. She would hate for me to see her that way. It would be disastrous for her morale. Now, are you going to do it or not?
All right. But I'm not going to take orders from her and you, too. You are not supposed to be out of bed. Get back in there.
Julia, you know me. I can't stay in bed. It drives me crazy. Can you believe it? I was trying to make myself up. Is there some blush over here?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, would you put some on me? Ugly.
Sure.
Thanks.
Here.
How do I look? Snappy?
Beautiful.
Thanks. Only a sister would say that. I'm so frightened.
What of?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe this blindness isn't going to go away. It's just going to stay.
Now, don't get discouraged. It's going to be all right. The doctor said so.
I know he said that, but when I'm alone, I don't know. My head goes a little crazy.
I've got something that's going to make you feel better.
What?
Let me get it.
What is
like
it?
a dress box.
Oh, well, is there a card? Who's it from?
It's inside. Oh, look at this.
What?
Her jacket.
Oh, mink.
Looks that way.
Who's it from?
Let me get it here. Only a woman is lovelier than a fur-bearing animal, and you are the loveliest woman.
Oh.
Secret admirer.
Oh, wait a minute. I know who it could be. It could be Stanfield Lee. Yeah, he used to do those wonderful, generous things. I can't think of anybody else who might have done it. It's lovely. Oh. How does it look?
It's great.
Damn it, Renfro, what do you mean Amy Perkins is gone? Gone where? Well, you're just gonna have to find her. You know as well as I do how much depends on this. I don't care. I want that baby delivered today. Listen to me. If you have botched this, I promise you are gonna pay for it. All right, well, you do whatever it is you have to do. But you find her. And you get her into the hospital at once.
Here is because you didn't have any groceries on board.
You know, a quick trip to the store would have taken care of that.
Yeah, well, listen, pal, I think you have delusions of grandeur, you know? If you have supplies, you know where to go get them. In fact, you're probably better at shopping than I am.
The truth is, you're just too lazy to cook and shop. Why don't you admit it?
Listen, buddy, if you want to marry a little homey wife, then you go right ahead. I mean, come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. My world isn't going to revolve around you, right? So if you want somebody like that, you just go out and you get engaged to somebody while the bloom is still on the engagement ring.
Yeah, right. Why don't you? You sure talk tough, I'll tell you.
Man, I sell out fast. So what do you want for dinner?
I don't know. You could just warm something up, maybe. Like me.
That shouldn't be too hard. No, it does take a little preparation time.
You know, you're going to be like a duck out of water eating without any servants to boss around. You ought to think about that for a little while.
Are you still trying to talk me out of marrying you?
I'm not. I just don't want you to wake up the morning after and be worried about what you let yourself in for.
I know what I got myself into. You just leave me alone.
Okay.
You know, I'm still suspicious of you. You were very clever, tricking Marcello into admitting that he was at Chang's party the day he was killed.
Thanks. Why does it make you suspicious of me?
Because I wonder what kind of tricks you have up your sleeve as far as I'm concerned.
Good. Keep you on your toes, Eden.
Good morning.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
You want to join us here?
Thank you. I need to talk to you. Well, to both of you.
That's good timing. We'd like to talk to you also.
What's wrong? You look worried.
I hate to say this, but I am suddenly afraid of Marcello.
Now, among other things, mood is very important to me. Candlelight, soft music, champagne, caviar.
Incense?
No, incense is too cloying, but the right perfume can be stimulating. What you're wearing now is fine. And I don't think you should be wearing much else. If we're going to coalesce in the light, I think we need as few impediments as possible.
How dare you talk to me this way? How dare you even try something like this with your father's wife?
Urge is as old as Oedipus, not nearly as complex. No. I'm going to enjoy the experience, and you will benefit. What could be simpler, Gina? I've always fancied making love on satin sheets. Would you see to that?
No, I've never really liked you, Mason. But I've never disliked you as intensely as I do right now.
Oh, what a pity. I had hoped our child would be born out of love. When you type the letters, would you see to it that they're done in triplicate?
I wish I had the vocabulary to tell you what I really think of you.
You have other aptitudes, Gina. You don't need verbal skills. Oh, one other thing. I've always fancied the idea of a girl picking me up and whisking me off to a motel or a hotel. That's never happened before, and I think that it's high time that it did. Now, I'm free tonight, so what time would you like me to be ready?
You're treating this like it's some kind of parlor game, and it's not. I hate you for it, Mason. I hate you for what you're doing to me.
Hate and love are very closely allied, Gina. You might find that it adds spice to the liaison. What time did you say?
I won't pick you up.
Ooh, I think you'd better, Gina. We wouldn't want Dad to find out that you're not pregnant.
I'll be there at 7 o'clock.
Good girl. Don't forget the letters.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Marcello was actually there at the day of the party.
By his own admission.
Obviously, he's done quite a few things without telling you. And I trusted him so much. Why did I ever think that Lionel killed Channing? I hated Lionel. I feared him. I even planted the evidence to incriminate him.
That would be the blood-stained note in the tuxedo jacket?
Yes.
I don't get it. How'd you come by that note?
When we saw Channing dead, Joe was beside me. He went over to Channing, and that's when I saw the note. I picked it up, and I put it in my pocket, but it wasn't until a long, long time later when I finally regained my memory that I realized what I had. If Marcello is responsible for this, why? Why would he do it? Well, evidently he's hated Daddy for a long time.
You know, Marcello might have killed Channing because he knew how much Mr. C loved him. He might have figured that killing the favored son would hurt the father more than any other single thing he could do. That would explain why it seemed to be so easy for him to forgive Mr. C. Maybe he'd already taken his revenge.
Oh, no, it's so alien to the man I've known for so many years, to the man that's helped me so much.
Maybe he was really helping himself by seeming to help you.
Cruz, I think that's it. You didn't like Marcello from the beginning. It was immediate with you. I know. And it's just now turning out that I feel my instincts were dead on.
Well, we gotta remember, this is all hypothetical so far. We don't have a shred of proof, right? I mean, when all the pieces are together, the picture may be cast in a completely different light. But I do think that we're on the right track, basically.
I'm sorry. I know what it's like to feel like you can't believe in someone that you felt like you knew.
You know, Sophia, we still don't know that Marcello's desire for revenge has been satisfied. They might still have a score to settle with the Capwells, in which case he would be dangerous.
No. I absolutely, no matter what you say, I do not believe that Marcello could kill Channing, and I do not believe that he could harm Cece or anyone else for that matter deliberately. Why do you really not believe it? Are you not believing it because of your faith in him, because of loyalty and gratitude? That's a difficult question, and I don't know how to answer it.
I think you need to keep an open mind about it, Sophia. That's what I'm trying to do. This has been going on too long. And to me, 5 years in prison.
No, we're on our way, but it may be days. Yeah, Amy's doing fine. Look, don't tell anyone we're coming. No, nothing's wrong. We just want to keep it quiet, that's all. That's the reason I'm coming to you. You're the only person I can trust. You just think you can read me like a book. Well, I wouldn't admit it if you could. Okay, so listen, we'll see you soon, okay? All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Well, we've tried her mother and her sister. Neither one of them knows where she is. No, Wallace just took her off someplace. No, we don't have any way of knowing what Jeff might or might not have told him before we shut him up. It's possible he could have spilled everything. In which case, Wallace is simply trying to spoil our plans now. Listen, I will tell you one thing. If we don't find Amy and deliver that baby, the boss is going to be very unhappy. And you don't want to be around when he is.
I need to talk to Mason for a second. Will you ladies excuse me?
Sure. Yeah, don't be gone too long.
Look at her. We're not even married, and she's nagging me already.
I'm just practicing.
You don't need to practice. Nagging comes naturally to you.
Nice! Can you believe this guy? I'm gonna have to live 100 years with him.
I think it sounds great. I'm envious.
Huh.
We're both really glad you're coming to the wedding.
Oh, honey, I couldn't be happier. I think Cruz is wonderful.
Yeah, I do too. Just don't tell him I said that.
No, okay, I won't. You two have really a unique relationship.
Yeah, I know. I just hope it doesn't get dreary and humdrum.
Oh, that's up to you. It won't. I don't. Eden, you have been very understanding with everything with Cece and now Marcello. I just want you to know how grateful I am for that.
I was really hard on you in the beginning.
I understand exactly how you felt, and I didn't blame you for it.
I just want it to be better. I'm not really good at apologizing. I guess that comes from my dad. But I want things to be better between us.
Honey, things are going to be wonderful. I know it.
Yeah, look, I know it's been a couple of months since you asked me to check on the whereabouts of your mother. And even though I haven't come up with anything, I just wanted to know we're still trying.
Nothing at all, huh?
No, we traced her as far as Santa Bárbara, and then she just vanished.
You don't even know if she left town or not?
No.
I don't understand it. It's got to be somewhere. Santa Barbara's not that big. She can't have just disappeared, Cruz.
Maybe she changed her name, or she might have changed a lot of things about herself, Mason.
I don't know why she went through much trouble. Not as if she had anything to hide.
You'd be surprised what the people want to hide sometimes.
Surely not people that we know intimately.
Well, especially people we think we know intimately.
I can't understand. That's why she hasn't made some effort to contact me.
Were you on good terms when she left?
Cruz, I don't know if I've ever been on good terms with anybody. I keep thinking I am, then finding out that I'm not. Sometimes I think I have a personality defect.
Oh, come on, yeah, Mason. You got a pretty decent personality. I mean, that's the opinion of a cop. I'm no psychiatrist, but,
Speaking of which, while you three were talking, Marcello, Marmonti, came in and saw the three of you. Now, I don't know if you heard what you were saying, but I thought you might be interested to know that you were observed.
Oh, well, a lot of people stare at me, Mason, especially since I've been hanging out with your sister. Listen, if I hear anything about your mom, I'll let you know.
Yeah, thanks for keeping on it.
You bet. If you ladies will excuse me, they'd like me to put in the occasional appearance downtown headquarters.
Yeah, I actually should be going too. Would you excuse me?
Of course I will.
Thanks.
Yeah, just one more thing. Mason just told me that Marcello came in here while we were out talking and saw us together.
He did? When?
Well, I don't know, but he said he watched us and then turned around and split real quick. It might be a good idea to steer clear of him just to be safe.
Such unusual behavior for him, Cruz.
Sophia, if any of the theories we've been talking about are true, he may be a lot more dangerous than any of us realize. So it wouldn't hurt to put a little distance between the two of you if you possibly can.
All right, I'll be careful. Thank you for your concern.
I think we should all be careful.
Yeah, maybe we should. Thanks. Let's go.
See you later. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Let me ask you something, and I want a truthful answer from you.
Well, have I ever lied to you?
No, but you were vague. I want a direct answer to my question. Is there any possibility that I could be permanently blind? Ah, well, you took a little too long to answer. I thought maybe you just jumped right in there. So there is a possibility.
I guess I can't really say. There's so many factors here that we have no control over. There is a possibility, but I really don't think so. If I can be optimistic, you can too, right?
You don't make it easy. But I know you're doing the best you can.
Well, look, I'll be back in a couple of days. Now, are you sure you have any physical discomfort?
No, just mental. I mean, you don't know what it's like just sitting here not knowing from day to day. No point in going over that, is there? It's not like I'm dissatisfied with the product.
Oh, unfortunately, no. Look, everything's going to be all right, so goodbye.
I sure hope so. Grace, come here. Come here, dear. Oh, yes. Oh, thing. At least I have you. You won't take pity on me. You just like me whether I'm deaf, dumb, blind, fat, thin, or anything, right? I love you. What will we do without our doggies?
What did the doctor say?
He said that she shouldn't be left alone very often, that her condition will clear up eventually, although it wasn't as positive as I'd like it to be.
Wait a minute. You mean this condition could be permanent?
Let's not entertain the thought, Lionel. Let's get down to topic A. Now, I'm not crazy about all this lying and sneaking about. I know that your motives are good, but nonetheless, it's getting very difficult on me.
Well, it's going to get a lot more difficult on you and Lakin and everybody else.
Oh, no. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to move back in here, and I don't want Augusta to find out. Got it?
Don't be ridiculous. You're not going to do anything of the kind.
I certainly am. And I'm going to spend as much time here as possible.
Well, how do you suppose we conceal something like that?
I don't know, but we're going to manage somehow. She isn't leaving her room right now.
She's blind, Lionel. She's not unconscious. How do you think she's going to know that you're doing that?
Oh, really? Now, she's got to have somebody to lead her around, doesn't she? And that somebody is going to warn me when she's coming.
Now, what are you going to do that for? You know, you're just going to aggravate her when she finds out.
I'm doing it because I don't trust you, Juliet.
You don't trust me, do you, Lionel?
That's right.
Why not?
I don't trust you because you two sisters have a great deal of hostility between you. And it runs deep.
There's good reasons for the hostility, Lionel. Reasons you don't know anything about.
Precisely why I'm moving back in here. Don't try to change my mind, Julia, because I'm not going to do it.
Here are your letters and your copies.
Well, how nice. I didn't expect to get these until you came for me tonight. Why don't you sit down? I'll have a look over them.
I can't stay long. I was thinking about the situation. I have to ask you a question.
You put an extra E in the word over, but we'll let that go.
I'm not surprised. I was so nervous I could barely type at all.
Well, you have to overcome that, Gina.
Mason, if I sleep with you, what's to keep you from telling everybody about it?
Gina, a gentleman never brags about his conquests. You should know that.
If you were a gentleman, you wouldn't be doing this to me. I think you'd go bragging to everyone about it, just to hurt your father, if nothing else.
Gina, don't you realize that if my father found out about it, he would kill me? He wouldn't even wait for an explanation. He'd just kill me with his bare hands.
I think you're right. I think he probably would.
Of course he would. Now you can mail these on your way home. You put a stamp. How nice. Oh, I don't believe we covered it earlier, but I'd like for you to pick me up here tonight. My place is kind of a mess.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, promptly. Don't forget the satin sheets. Oh, an imported caviar. I hate the domestic stuff.
Marcello!
Ooh, that was a close call. I haven't seen much of you lately.
No, but, well, I've been busy. I imagine you have too.
Yes, but we shouldn't lose touch. Come and have cocktails with me tonight, yes?
Oh, I'd love to, but I can't.
No. I will not take no for an answer. I've missed you, and surely you can find time to have a drink with me.
Of course I can, but tonight, no, it's out of the question.
Sophia, you told me once that you can always find time to do what you want to do. But you give me just half an hour. You can't keep putting me off forever. Meet me at 7 o'clock tonight.
Marcello, I can't.
7 o'clock tonight, Sophia.
But...
What time do you have, Richard?
7 o'clock on the nose.
Oh, well, here you are. And very punctual, too.
And very much under protest.
Did you bring the limo?
The car's outside.
And my corsage? You didn't forget my corsage, did you?
Mason, can we go?
After we've dispensed with the niceties. A, I'm glad to see you, and B, you look lovely. Ravishing, in fact. Or ravishable, if that's a word.
Let's go.
My impatient little Gina. Well, I'm as anxious as you are. Away we go.
You know, I knew you'd find a way to weasel out of cooking dinner tonight.
Yeah, one day you'll get your home-cooked meal, and I'll make sure it's a memorable one.
That'll be the day. Uh-oh.
If that's police business, you are definitely in trouble.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm sorry to come barging on you.
What's wrong?
Marcello ran into me. He insisted on seeing me. He wanted to talk. He wanted to have cocktails. And he insisted on picking me up at the hotel. I ducked out of there. I just couldn't face him since what we talked about this morning.
Look, I'm sorry if I scared you, but I think you were right to avoid him.
Hey, the problem is you can't avoid him forever.
Not unless I have a very good reason.
Listen, Eden and I are on our way over to check things out for the grand opening of the Orient Express tomorrow night. You're welcome to stay here if you'd like.
Oh, listen, thank you. I think I'll just stay here if you don't mind long enough to make a phone call.
I think you should hang out here for a while, really.
No, you know what? I just got myself into a panic, and it's silly. I'm all right now. I'll just make my phone call.
I'm really sorry if I caused that.
No. You certainly didn't. You told me to be cautious, not idiotic. Really, I'm fine.
Well, if you need us, feel free to call.
Oh, sure, I will. And I won't. I won't need you. Really, I'm fine.
Okay, well,
let's go there.
All right, good night.
All right, good night, honey. Have a good time, and thanks for the use of the phone.
Okay.
Brought most of what I need for the time being.
So I see.
You know, I've been thinking, Julian. Now that I'm here, and Lakin and Minx and even the maid are in attendance, well, I'd hate to impose on you any further, so thought you might want to go back to Phoenix.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Lionel?
Truthfully, I thought you might.
I don't think so.
You don't want to go home again, what?
Because I like it here. The climate agrees with me. Even if my host doesn't. Of course, technically, you really aren't my host, are you? You're merely an intruder.
Oh, why don't we just put our cards on the table? I think that it would be best for all concerned if you went home.
My cards are just as good as yours, Lionel. Augusta wants me to be here, and I don't have any intention of leaving.
Why?
Because it's my reasons, and they satisfy me, and I don't have to explain anything to you.
We seem to have reached an impasse, don't we?
Yeah, well, I guess we have. At least for the time being.
Wow. This is very nice. I've never stayed in anything but the presidential suite when I was here, but I like the other rooms just as well.
The best I could do on short notice.
Well, you did quite well. Good champagne. Not bad caviar. You remembered everything. At least I hope you did. Let's just have a little look-see. Ah, yes. Satin sheets. We'll have fun slipping in and out of these, won't we?
I think I'll slip into something now myself.
Ooh, something more comfortable? That's a good idea. I hope it's flimsy and provocative. I work best when I'm provoked.
Is this provocative enough for you?
No, not nearly.
Well, it's what I brought, and I like the lights out.
Hang on a minute. I brought a little present for you. I want you to wear this. And, I like the lights on.
Everything has to be your way, doesn't it? What you want, what you like.
I thought we understood. I was calling the shots here, Gina. If not, let's make that very clear right now. While, this is our night, I'm the one directing the scene. No change. I wish there were mirrors on the ceiling.
What's wrong, Sophia?
Nothing. There's nothing wrong.
You look tense and nervous.
But no, I'm not. You frightened me. I didn't expect to see you here.
I didn't expect to see you here either. I thought we were going to have cocktails at 7.
I told you I couldn't make it. You wouldn't listen to me. That didn't change the facts.
Is this what was keeping you busy?
Eden and Cruz just left. I wanted to know why or how you found me here.
It was simple. I followed you. You were obviously trying to avoid me. That aroused my curiosity. I thought maybe you were having a secret rendezvous with a lover.
Huh, really? Well, if I were having a secret rendezvous with the lover, it'd be a little awkward if you walked in like this, wouldn't it?
Sophia, I'm sorry that I startled you. It's just that we've seen so little of each other lately. It's been very difficult for me to tell you some things that I think you should know. That's why I wanted to have a drink with you tonight.
What things, Marcello?
Well, things about myself and certain incidents in the past. Can we sit?
Yes, certainly. Go ahead.
Sophia, I was in Santa Bárbara 6 years ago. I was at Channing Jr.'s party when he was shot. That doesn't seem to surprise you. I found you in the corridor that day after he was killed. You were disguised as Dominic, and you were obviously very disoriented. I decided that you needed help, and so I took you away and put you into that institution in Anchorage.
Why so far away, Marcello?
Well, because I knew the doctors were very good there, and it was far enough away that I felt sure no one was likely to find you.
And you have kept this from me all this time.
Yes. But it seems that someone else hasn't. You've known about this all along, haven't you? Was Cruz the one who told you?
Some of it.
Yes, I thought that he would.
And now that's why you're doing this confession to me, isn't it? You figured if I already knew, then you would come out and be very honest. I'm very upset with you. I feel like you have been manipulating my life for a long time. Now I want to know what you have wanted from me.
Not from you, for you. I have always had your best interests at heart. It's why I followed you from Europe to America and did what I did. You left Italy, and you never explained everything to me. I was afraid for you.
And now I'm starting to become afraid of you.
Why?
There are so many things I've found out about you lately. It's like you're a stranger to me.
Sophia, you're letting other people come between us. Cruz Castillo, for instance, you shouldn't be talking to him. You shouldn't even be listening to him. Makes me feel as if you're conspiring against me. Yes. Now I want you to tell me something. Am I a suspect in Channing Jr.'s death?
I can't answer that.
Why not?
I don't know whom they suspect. The police do not give me their information.
Not even that prospective future son-in-law of yours? I think you and he have been setting traps for me, maybe.
That is absurd. I care so much for you. All I want to do is believe in you like I've been doing in the past.
Yes. Does CC know about any of this? Has Cruz confided any of his suspicions to him?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, it's good.
Now I want to know something from you. You're still out for revenge against Cece, aren't you? And you're using Kelly and me to get it. You haven't forgiven him, no matter what you said. Not really.
You've hurt me very deeply by not trusting me, Sophia. I've loved you in my own way, and I thought that feeling was mutual. You were the only real family that I ever had. And now you've turned against me, too.
Oh, my, that's very fetching.
Well, I hate it. And I hate being here. I feel like jumping out a window.
Death before dishonor, huh? It's a little late to adopt that code, don't you think?
I feel like I'm selling my soul to the devil. Worse, I feel like I'm giving it away.
If you are, you're getting a very handsome price for it, I promise you.
You have a very high opinion of yourself, don't you?
Well, why not? I'm basically a very fine fellow. Well?
Well, what?
Well, I want you to make the first overture. Start by being affectionate to me.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, Gina, do I have to script this entire scene? Undress me. Tell me how handsome I am, how much you desire me.
How handsome you are, how much I desire you.
Gina, I don't like that reading. Put more feeling into it. Otherwise, it's like making love to a robot.
I wouldn't be greedy if I were you, Mason.
You're right. Maybe I'm expecting too much. You know, I am getting a certain thrill out of having an affair with my father's wife.
Obviously you are. You wouldn't be doing this to me.
But before we go further, I'm going to have to be perfectly frank with you. Lust isn't the only reason I'm here tonight, Gina. I have another motive even more ulterior.
Here we go. What is it?
Well, I want you to do something tangible for me in return for the tangible gift I'm going to give you.
Let me guess. Money.
Only indirectly.
Mason, you talk too much. What do you want?
All right. Before I can become the man I know you need me to be tonight, Gina, I want you to give me a certain document, a secret covenant, just between the two of us, in which you appoint me trustee of the fund that my father has set up for Brandon.
Brandon's trust fund?
Mm-hmm. I want you to give me complete control over it. And after we've put that business behind us, we can get down to the pleasure of romance.